Have you ever wondered if just a handful of simple exercises could help strengthen nearly every important muscle that supports your knees? What if the key to moving with more confidence wasn't a complicated workout or expensive equipment, but a few easy movements you could do almost anywhere? If you're over 40 and your knees feel stiff, sore, or weaker than they used to, you're definitely not alone. Many people assume that knee pain automatically means arthritis, worn-out joints, or permanent damage. It's an understandable concern, but that's not always the full story. In many cases, the real problem isn't simply getting older, it's that the muscles supporting the knee have gradually become weaker over time. As those muscles lose strength, the knee joint has to absorb more stress with every step you take. The encouraging news is that muscles can often become stronger again, even later in life. After the age of 40, our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass. This process happens slowly, so most people don't notice it at first. But over the years, weaker thigh muscles, weaker hips, and weaker calves can make the knees work much harder than they should. Little by little, everyday activities may become more difficult. Maybe climbing a flight of stairs leaves your knees aching. Standing up from a chair feels slower than it used to. Walking around the grocery store becomes tiring, or carrying shopping bags makes your knees feel unstable. These changes often happen so gradually that many people think they're simply an unavoidable part of aging. But here's the good news. While aging is inevitable, losing strength doesn't have to be. Research and clinical experience consistently show that building stronger muscles around the knee can improve stability, support healthy movement, and reduce unnecessary stress on the joint for many people. That's exactly why physical therapists and exercise specialists don't focus only on the knee itself. Instead, they strengthen the entire support system around it, including the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, hips, calves, and even the core. These muscles work together like a team to keep your knees stable every time you stand, walk, climb stairs, or get out of a chair. In today's video, I'm going to show you a small number of highly effective exercises that target nearly all of the major muscles responsible for supporting healthy knees. These movements are beginner-friendly, require little or no equipment, and can be adapted for different fitness levels. You'll also learn which muscles play the biggest role in protecting your knees, simple modifications if you're just getting started, and some of the most common mistakes that can prevent people from seeing real progress. So if you're ready to build stronger knees, move with greater confidence, and make everyday life feel easier, let's get started. The problem: 2-3 minutes. Before we talk about the exercises, it's important to understand why so many people begin experiencing knee problems after the age of 40. Once you know what's happening inside your body, the solution becomes much easier to understand. One of the biggest reasons is a natural process called age-related muscle loss. Beginning in midlife, we gradually lose muscle mass and strength if we don't regularly challenge our muscles. This doesn't happen overnight. It develops slowly over the years, which is why many people don't notice it until everyday movements start feeling more difficult. Another common factor is simply becoming less active. Busy schedules, desk jobs, retirement, or even avoiding exercise because of discomfort can all reduce the amount of movement we get each day. Unfortunately, muscles become weaker when they're used less often. Long periods of sitting can make the problem even worse. Whether you're working at a computer, driving, or relaxing in front of the television, spending too much time sitting can weaken the muscles that support your hips, thighs, and legs. Those muscles are essential for keeping your knees stable during daily activities. Body weight can also play a role. Carrying extra weight increases the amount of force passing through the knee joint with every step. Over time, that added stress may contribute to discomfort, especially if the surrounding muscles aren't strong enough to help absorb the load. Previous injuries are another important piece of the puzzle. Even if a knee injury happened years ago, it's common for the muscles around that knee to remain weaker if they were never fully strengthened during recovery. Sometimes the pain disappears, but the weakness quietly remains. These changes often show up in ways that feel very familiar. Maybe you wake up in the morning and your knees feel stiff for the first few minutes. Perhaps climbing stairs has become something you avoid because your knees ache or feel weak. You may notice that your knees don't feel as steady as they once did, especially when walking on uneven ground or getting out of the car. Simple tasks like kneeling to garden, playing with your grandchildren, or picking something up from the floor may feel uncomfortable. Even after a short walk, your legs might feel more tired than expected, making you wonder if your knees are simply wearing out. Let's look at a common example. Imagine John, who is 58 years old. He started noticing knee discomfort during his daily walks. Thinking that walking was making things worse, he gradually stopped going altogether. At first, it seemed like the right decision because resting reduced the pain. But after several months, something unexpected happened. His leg muscles became weaker. Standing up from a chair required more effort. Climbing stairs became harder than ever. And even short walks felt exhausting. John had unknowingly fallen into a cycle that many people experience. It starts with pain. Pain leads to less movement. Less movement causes the muscles around the knee to become weaker. Weaker muscles place even more stress on the knee joint. That extra stress often leads to even more discomfort, causing people to move even less. The cycle continues unless something changes. The encouraging news is that this cycle isn't always permanent. For many people, breaking it begins with strengthening the right muscles that support the knee, not with high-impact workouts or complicated exercise routines. Small, consistent movements can gradually rebuild strength, improve stability, and help make everyday activities feel easier again. And that's exactly what we're going to cover next. Now that you understand why your knees may have become weaker over time, let's focus on the good news. There are a few simple exercises that can strengthen nearly every major muscle responsible for supporting healthy knees. Remember, your knees don't work alone. Every time you stand, walk, climb stairs, or get out of a chair, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, calves, hips, and core all work together to keep your knees stable. When one of these muscle groups becomes weak, the knee often has to work harder than it should. The goal isn't to isolate one muscle. It's to build a strong support system around the knee. That's exactly what these exercises are designed to do. Exercise 1, chair, sit to stand. Let's begin with one of the most practical exercises you can do. The chair sit to stand closely mimics one of the most important movements in everyday life, standing up from a chair. It's something we do many times each day without thinking about it. Yet it becomes increasingly difficult when the muscles in our legs weaken. This exercise strengthens your quadriceps at the front of your thighs, your glutes, your hamstrings, and even your core, which helps keep your body stable as you move. To perform it, sit toward the front edge of a sturdy chair with your feet about hip-width apart. Lean your upper body slightly forward, press through your heels, and stand up slowly. Then lower yourself back into the chair with control instead of dropping down. If you're just getting started or your knees feel weak, it's perfectly fine to use the chair's armrests or place your hands lightly on your thighs for extra support. As you become stronger, gradually rely less on your arm. Improving this movement can make everyday tasks like getting up from the dining table, the couch, or the toilet feel easier and more comfortable, helping you maintain independence as you age. Exercise 2, straight leg raises. Our second exercise is especially helpful for people whose knees are sensitive or uncomfortable during weight-bearing activities. Straight leg raises strengthen the quadriceps and hip flexor muscles while placing very little pressure on the knee joint itself. Lie comfortably on your back, with one knee bent and the other leg straight. Tighten the muscles on the front of your straight leg. Then slowly lift it until it's about level with the opposite knee. Pause briefly before lowering it with control. The key is slow, steady movement rather than lifting as high as possible. Strong quadriceps play a major role in helping support the knee joint during walking, standing, and climbing stairs. For many people, improving quadriceps strength can reduce the amount of stress placed on the knee during daily activities. Exercise 3, glute bridge. Next, let's strengthen one of the most overlooked areas when it comes to knee health, the hips. Many people focus only on the knees themselves, but weak glute muscles often force the knees to compensate. That extra workload can contribute to discomfort over time. The glute bridge targets your glutes, hamstrings, and core all at once. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Press through your heels and slowly lift your hips until your shoulders, hips, and knees form a relatively straight line. Hold for a second. Then lower yourself slowly. Avoid arching your lower back. Instead, think about squeezing your glutes to lift your hips. As your hip muscles become stronger, they help control the position of your legs during movement. allowing your knees to move with better stability and less unnecessary strain. Exercise 4. Standing calf raises. Your calves may not be the first muscles that come to mind when you think about knee health, but they play a surprisingly important role. Strong calf muscles and stable ankles help your entire leg move more efficiently. Better ankle control can contribute to healthier movement patterns throughout the lower body, including the knees. Stand behind a sturdy chair or hold onto a countertop for balance. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as feels comfortable. Pause briefly before lowering yourself back down with control. Don't rush the movement. A slow lift and slow return make the muscles work much harder than bouncing up and down. This exercise helps improve walking, balance, and confidence when climbing stairs or walking on uneven surfaces. Exercise 6. Step-ups. This next exercise closely resembles one of the most common daily activities, climbing stairs. Step-ups strengthen the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and balance muscles while teaching your body to move confidently during everyday tasks. Use a sturdy step, exercise platform, or the bottom stair in your home. Step up with one foot, bring the other foot up, then step back down slowly and under control. Repeat before switching sides. If you're new to this exercise or have knee discomfort, begin with a very low step. There's no need to use a high platform. Proper control is far more important than height. As your strength improves, this exercise can help make stairs, curbs, and getting into vehicles feel easier and more comfortable. Exercise 7. Heel-to-toe balance walk. Our final exercise focuses on something that's just as important as strength balance. As we get older, our balance naturally changes, increasing the risk of falls. Improving balance won't just help you stay steady. It also teaches the small stabilizing muscles around your knees, ankles, and hips to work together more effectively. Find a hallway or stand near a wall for support if needed. Walk slowly by placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other foot, almost as if you're walking on a straight line. Move slowly and keep your eyes looking forward instead of down at your feet. This simple exercise improves coordination, body awareness, and confidence while walking, especially on uneven surfaces. Mini encouragement. Looking at this list, you might be surprised by how simple these exercises are. And that's exactly the point. You don't need expensive exercise machines. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need intense workouts that leave you exhausted. What matters most is consistency. Performing these movements regularly, even just a few times each week, can gradually build stronger muscles that better support your knees. Before we wrap up, I'd like to share a few simple tips that can make these exercises safer, more effective, and easier to stick with over time. These small habits may not seem exciting, but they're often the difference between giving up after a few weeks and seeing real, lasting progress. Tip 1. Never skip the warm-up. Before you begin any exercise, take just a few minutes to warm up your body. A proper warm-up increases blood flow to your muscles, helps your joints move more comfortably, and prepares your body for exercise. It doesn't have to be complicated. Even 3 to 5 minutes can make a difference. You can try gentle marching in place, an easy walk around your home or outside, or a few controlled leg swings while holding onto a chair for balance. The goal isn't to tire yourself out. It's simply to wake up your muscles and get your body ready to move. Tip 2. Move slowly and with control. When it comes to strengthening your knees, slower is often better. Many people think moving faster means they're getting a better workout, but that's usually not the case. Slow, controlled movements keep the muscles working throughout the entire exercise while helping you maintain good form. Instead of rushing through each repetition, focus on moving with purpose. Pay attention to how your body feels and let the muscles, not momentum, do the work. Remember, quality always beats speed. Tip 3. Know the difference between effort and pain. It's perfectly normal to feel your muscles working during these exercises. You may notice mild fatigue or a gentle burning sensation in your thighs or hips, especially if you're just getting started. That's often a sign that your muscles are being challenged. However, sharp, sudden, or severe pain is different. If you experience intense pain, swelling, or discomfort that continues after you stop exercising, don't try to push through it. Listen to your body. If the pain persists, becomes worse, or keeps returning, it's important to speak with your healthcare provider or a qualified physical therapist for personalized guidance. Building strength should leave you feeling stronger over time, not cause significant pain. Tip 4. Be consistent. One workout won't transform your knees overnight, and that's completely normal. Aim to perform these exercises about 3 to 4 times each week, allowing your muscles time to recover between sessions. You don't have to exercise every single day to see progress. Think of each workout as another small investment in your future mobility. Those consistent efforts add up over weeks and months, gradually building stronger muscles that better support your knees during everyday life. Consistency is far more important than perfection. Tip 5. Support your muscles beyond exercise. Exercise is only one part of the picture. Your muscles also need the right support to recover and grow stronger. Eating enough protein helps provide the building blocks your muscles need after activity. Staying well hydrated supports healthy muscle function, while getting adequate sleep gives your body time to repair and recover. Maintaining a healthy body weight can also reduce unnecessary stress on your knees, making everyday movement feel more comfortable. These healthy habits work together with your exercise routine, helping you get the best possible results. Tip 6. Celebrate every small victory. Finally, don't underestimate the power of small improvements. Progress doesn't always happen in dramatic leaps. More often, it shows up in everyday moments. Maybe you climb the stairs without holding the handrail as tightly. Maybe standing up from your favorite chair feels easier than it did a month ago. Perhaps you're able to enjoy a longer walk without feeling as tired. Or you notice that your balance has improved when walking on uneven ground. These small victories matter because they're signs that your body is becoming stronger and more capable. Be patient with yourself. Every repetition, every workout, and every healthy choice is another step towards stronger knees and greater confidence. Real progress rarely happens overnight, but with consistency, it often happens sooner than you think. As we come to the end of today's video, let's take a moment to remember one of the most important messages. Healthy knees don't depend on just one muscle. They rely on an entire team of muscles working together to support every step you take. When those muscles are strong, they help reduce unnecessary stress on the knee joint and make everyday movement feel safer, smoother, and more comfortable. Today's routine was designed to strengthen nearly every major muscle that plays a role in protecting your knees, including your quadriceps at the front of your thighs, your hamstrings at the back of your legs, your glutes, your hip stabilizers, your calves, your core, and even the small muscles that help improve your balance and coordination. The best part is that you don't need fancy equipment or hours in the gym to start making progress. These simple exercises can fit into almost any lifestyle and can be adjusted to match your current fitness level. And if there's one thing I'd like you to remember, it's this. It's never too late to build stronger, more capable knees. Whether you're 45, 60, or even 75, your muscles can respond to regular, appropriate exercise. Every time you choose to move, you're investing in your future mobility and independence. Don't worry about being perfect or trying to do every exercise exactly like someone else. Start where you are today. If you need to use a chair for support, that's perfectly okay. If you need to perform fewer repetitions, that's okay too. As your strength and confidence grow, your body will often allow you to do a little more. Small, consistent efforts may not seem dramatic from one day to the next, but over weeks and months, they can lead to meaningful improvements in strength, balance, confidence, and overall quality of life. Imagine walking with less discomfort, climbing stairs more easily, standing up without hesitation, or simply feeling more confident every time you leave the house. Those everyday victories are what truly matter. Before you begin any new exercise program, especially if you have significant knee pain, a recent injury, ongoing swelling, or a medical condition that affects your joints or mobility, it's always a good idea to consult your healthcare provider or a qualified physical therapist. They can help ensure these exercises are appropriate for your individual needs and guide you toward the safest approach. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It lets us know you're enjoying this type of content and helps more people discover practical, evidence-informed tips for healthier aging. If you haven't already, Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos on joint health, mobility, strength, nutrition, and healthy living for adults over 40. And finally, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, which knee exercise are you going to try first? Or what daily activity would you most like to make easier? Whether it's climbing stairs, walking longer distances, gardening, or simply getting up from a chair with confidence. Your story may encourage someone else to begin their own journey toward stronger knees. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.